How can you get the same bomb makeup look using only drugstore and affordable makeup, especially when there's so many products out there? Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sabrina Monique, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to beat that face with only drugstore affordable makeup. We're going to be putting a few products to the test, but most of the products that I have laid out in front of me, ready to go to share with you all, are products that I love, that I adore, and wouldn't be sharing with you today if they weren't bomb products. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. I see you in my analytics. I see you guys watching my videos and not hitting that subscribe button. So if you love my content, what are you waiting for? No one's holding you back. Let's get this video started. Okay, tip number one, and I think this is like the biggest tip I can give you, is to prep your skin correctly. That step is so vital in your whole makeup routine. It has to start with the prep step, because everything after that, if you have dirty or oily skin or dry and flaky and you're not tending to your skin's needs, the makeup that you're laying down onto your skin is just not going to look as beautiful as it can be if you started with a bomb skincare routine. And I actually already have a morning skincare routine on my channel. I'll link that in the description box below. But since my skin is already prepped and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and start with foundation. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation in the shade 400 Macadamia. And I picked this up at the drugstore because it claims to have medium buildable coverage. There's no harsh ingredients. It has anti-pollution, antioxidant, anti-blue light properties in it. And that alone just attracted me so much to this foundation because I love anti-aging benefits. I love that this is fighting against all the pollutants in the environment outside. Also, on top of that, fighting blue light, which blue light from your phones, your laptops, your TVs can actually damage your skin. So I'm gonna just do a couple pumps and use my e.l.f. beauty sponge and just start working that over my skin. And I chose to do a beauty sponge today because that leads me to my second tip. When you first try out a foundation product, it's super key to use a sponge because you don't exactly know the coverage and how it wears and how it's going to blend out. And using a sponge helps to blend it out seamlessly. If the coverage is way too much, this will definitely absorb excess product. And I've actually noticed that I've been gravitating towards this sponge. It's super soft and it works really nicely to blend out my makeup. And I'm pretty sure it was only like $5 at CVS. I actually think that this was a pretty good color match. Like, it's blending into my skin super easily. And it doesn't feel super matte. Doesn't feel like it's going to dry out my skin at all, which is nice. This claims to have a natural finish, which I feel like it actually does. Like, it doesn't feel too matte. It doesn't feel too dewy or oily. It's like a nice in-between. I love that. I think what I'm most excited about though is that this is an anti-pollution, antioxidant, and anti-blue light. Like, all of those three are just like the it team. It just looks like my skin and it's so seamless, but it still gave me a nice coverage. Okay, so let's move into concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and my shade is Sand Sable. I've actually used this in the past, like back in the day, and the thing I don't like about it is the sponge applicator, but I actually just ripped the sponge applicator off. Since this is a new one, I'm okay with just using it straight from the tube right under the eyes. And I love using concealer as a base for my eye makeup. So I'm just gonna sponge that around in the usual spots. This is the other thing I don't really like about the sponge applicator, is like it's really hard to be precise. I see where they were going with the packaging and trying to be like on the go, like just touch-ups, but I'm not the type of person that likes to do that because I never can remember to take something out of my purse to clean off the powder puff or the sponge applicator. So it's nice, but after like my first time use, I'm just gonna rip that off. At the same time, you're also losing out on product. The excess amount just like stays in the sponge and then it harbors bacteria and it's just like, ooh, acne. It does not appeal to me. But besides the packaging, it's actually a really great concealer. I used to go through this concealer like no other. It was my top favorite concealer I loved using because it's really nice and creamy. It has a beautiful finish and coverage to it. But I'm just gonna blend that out with this e.l.f. beauty sponge. And boom, we are highlighted and concealed on a budget. Alright, so this is another new product to me. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Powder. And they do have a Pro Matte, but I don't really like to do matte under my eyes. My eyes are just too dry for that, okay? I'm gonna take this Morphe M438. I chose the shade Creamy Natural just because I like the little brightening effect. And I'm just gonna put this everywhere I put concealer. And this actually has two shades. So it has like the matte shade and then it has a sheeny shade. So this one actually has a little bit of sheen. So I'm kind of dabbling into both when it comes to my under eye. I wouldn't mind having that little illumination under my eyes. But for the rest of my face, I think I'm going to stick to the bottom and then just tap this all over. And I heard that this powder is super finely milled, and when I feel it, it does feel super, super soft. I like that a lot, actually. It feels really good on my skin, so I feel like the formula will be really nice. We shall see. Okay, so our base makeup is done and set. I'm gonna go in with a brow product. This is by e.l.f. This is their brow pencil. I'm in the shade Neutral Brown, and honestly, this guy is changing me to be a brow pencil type of girl instead of a brow pomade. And don't get me wrong, I love the Benefit Brow, but using a pencil and then just switching over super quickly because the spoolie is right on the end, I love how easy it is to use. And this was only like $2. Crazy. And I feel like the undertone of this shade matches my hairs perfectly. I never feel like I went in too harshly with my brows. Like, just look how soft my eyebrows look after using this product. That's all I'm looking for, honestly. Alright, so after brows, I'm gonna try out a new highlight, which is super exciting because I have not seen a brand really do this before. It's on my Instant Glow Highlighting Duo, and I have seen the cream sticks with like Maybelline and NYX, and I have seen other brands do the whole like liquid highlighter sort of deal like this, but I haven't seen it done in like a duo, and it kind of reminds me of like the Pat McGrath Balm Duo, just a little bit how it's packaged. But I'm gonna go ahead and try out the liquid side and see how this lays out. I'm just going to put this quite heavy-handedly, and by the way, this is in the shade Nude Glow, and then just pounce all of that in with my beauty sponge, and it's honestly giving me just like a really nice subtle glow, but it's glossy. Ooh, you guys, look at that. That's super, super pretty. I bet you can wear this alone and it would just make your skin look like glass. Ooh, yes, I'm here for this. Honestly, that just goes to show how versatile this product is, using it alone, under foundation, on top of foundation. But I'm gonna go ahead and try out this cream side, and I feel like you get a nice little amount for what you pay for since it is a dual product. And I'm just gonna go ahead and have that in, and just like the liquid side of this duo, I feel like it's super easy to blend out. Ooh, look at that. I love the sheen and the natural glow it gives you. Okay, so for this side, I'm gonna try swiping it and see how that goes. Oh yeah, that's way more intense. It doesn't seem like it disturbed my foundation underneath at all whatsoever. Look at that. Ooh, girl. Look at that glow. I feel like it's easier for me to just swipe it on. I wouldn't say that this is like a super blinding, you can see it from outer space type of highlight, but it's definitely a beautiful natural glow. And it's super easy to use. Like, just swipe it on and blend it out with your fingers. And I don't have a product in my collection yet that is like this whatsoever. I love that. Alright, next, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Morphe bronzer because it's about that time. You already know I love this stuff. I tried it out in a past video. It was my Orange Poppy Festival look that I actually loved how that look turned out. By the way, I'm using this e.l.f. brush. I think this is like a Feather Light highlighting brush, I want to say, but I'm using it for bronzer just because there's no rules in makeup. I actually like how Feather Light this is swooping over my skin. I feel like it makes bronzing super easy. I think the name does it justice. It's definitely like a Feather Light application. It makes doing an overall veil of bronze on your skin super easy because it's just like washing it over your face. Okay, so as usual, I'm just bronzing my cheekbones, taking that around the temple, dusting it on the tippy top of my forehead, and then I'm just gonna brush this on the sides of my nose as well because I love a good bronze nose. And look how easy that is to just bronze the tip of my nose with this brush. It's so flimsy, it's just like perfect. I bet I could have set my makeup with powder with this brush as well because I could just go and I would be hashtag setted, as my sister Amanda would say. Alright, I think I'm looking pretty darn bronzed. Let's go on to some blush. I'm gonna take the ColourPop blush in the shade To The 10, and I'm just gonna wiggle the same brush because honestly, like, who has time to wash that many brushes? I know it says feather highlight, but I feel like this is actually perfect for doing blush because it just like fits right on the apples of the cheek so perfectly, and I just like feathers it away. I love dusting it across the bridge of the nose. I just feel like it gives you the perfect sun-kissed effect. It's just so cute. Let me back up into the sun for you guys. Okay, do you guys see this highlight? It's just so stunning and effortless. live for it, okay? Living for it. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and set the face with some facial spray. This is from Trader Joe's. This is their rose water facial toner, and it was actually only $4. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. Let me just like spray it everywhere. $4 is pretty good for a rose water. That is a perfect affordable setting spray right there. And I don't necessarily use setting spray to like make my makeup last. I just like using it to melt all of my liquids and powders and creams all together into one so that it looks seamless. Are we feeling ourselves? Yes. Okay, moving on, let's go ahead and get into the eyes. And for today's affordable makeup look, I decided to go with Morphe and of course the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the Bling Boss palette. Look at how gorgeous this palette is. All those purples, man, oh my god. I love purple eyeshadow like none other. It's my favorite color, so I'm already like a little bit biased, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this M433 and tap into Hush Hush right here. Tap off the excess, and we're going to build that color right into our crease, just wiggling that back and forth. I like holding my brush towards the end so that I have a lighter touch with the crease colors, and just keep building that color up. I really love Morphe eyeshadows just because I feel like they're so nicely pigmented and they just blend out like a dream. I just love it so much. Okay, once you have that blended out into crease, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Rockstar. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. I'm gonna take this Morphe M506 right here. That is so I can get really up into the crease. Take that shade Rockstar. It's this really nice, beautiful magenta purple right here. It's almost like a plum color. And we're gonna work that right over here, starting in the outer corner, and deepen up the crease even more so. We're just being more precise with it because we're using a smaller brush. And if you notice, I'm also using affordable brushes in today's video. We're going for a theme here, you guys. A beautiful, effortless, bomb makeup look using affordable products, and that includes the techniques and the tools because they make or break it for you. And just like how I was saying before with prepping your base, priming it with concealer or priming it with whatever eye primer you have at home, it definitely makes a difference in the way your eyeshadow is going to blend out on your eyes. Okay, now that we have that part blended out, I'm gonna go back in with the blending brush we initially started with and just blend everything out even more so. I didn't pick up any extra product, I just went in with the brush. Now I'm gonna take the shade Mystic and I'm gonna start blending that on my outer corner right here on the top lash line and bring that into the crease right on the outer corner. It doesn't matter how much your makeup costs, you can still make it look high-end as long as you're taking the steps to make it look bomb. So just keep blending and blending and blending until your arm falls off. Okay, and next I'm gonna take the shade Spark with the bigger blending brush. This is a more red undertone and I'm gonna work that on the outer corner as well, just to add even more definition. And notice how I'm keeping my eyelid blank because I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease with the same concealer that we used. I already ripped off the sponge because I was already getting irritated. And then I'm just going in and like sharpening up the crease with, I don't know where I got this brush. Honestly, I got it online in like a brush set that was like literally $5 or something like that. Okay, so the creases are cut. I'm actually gonna go in with a fun little liquid eyeshadow. This is from Milani and this is their Hypnotic Lights liquid eyeshadow in the shade Luster Light. Let me show you guys the swatch right here. It is so pretty. Don't mind this concealer, that was what I was using to cut my crease, but just look how blinding it is. It is so pretty. The champagne liquid eyeshadow with beautiful reflex in it. It's so hard to describe, but it's just the prettiest eyeshadow. And I'm actually going to use that over top of the concealer that we just put down. I just put the concealer down because I wanted this part of the makeup to really pop. And I didn't even use any other brush, you guys. I just went in with the applicator while making a really funny face, I'm sure. Look at that sparkle. Let me go in the sun. Do you guys see this? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side. Pause while I hold my breath really quick. You guys are seeing how easy this applies, right? Like, I'm literally just swiping it on. Honestly, this makes me wonder if this is like the Stila liquid eyeshadows that everyone raves about. I actually haven't tried those, but if this could be like a dupe, you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this Milani one versus the Stila one, because I'd actually really like to know. Let's get a little zoom right here. Look at that sparkle. Oh my gosh. And then the gold against the purple is so stunning. Honestly, the camera doesn't even do it justice. Okay, so that was easy. Wow. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually using this on my lids, and that was the easiest application ever. Like, I was not expecting it, and it's pigmented. It's super pretty. Look how blinding that is. Oh my gosh, I'm in it. And this dried out pretty quickly. All right, to do an inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with this shade Glitz and Glam right here. I don't know how it's gonna compete with my lid color though, because that one's already popping, but you can't have a dramatic cut crease like this and not have an inner corner highlight. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take our beautiful plum color right here called Rockstar, and I'm just gonna blend our outer corner with our lid color. I'm gonna be a little ballsy and take the shimmer Pizzazz, this beautiful cranberry color, and I'm gonna hit it right here on the outside and just try to ombre that shimmer to the outer corner. And then I'm gonna blend everything together. Okay, now to do the bottom lash line, I'm gonna take that small blending brush and use the color Hush Hush, and I'm just gonna blend that on my lower lash line, connecting it to the top. And then I'm gonna take this definer brush again and take Rockstar, define the outer corner right over here. And then for the inner portion, I'm gonna take the shade Bling Bling, pop that right on my inner corner. Boom. Oh my gosh, are we feeling this yet, or are we feeling it? I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes because it's about that time for some mascara. And you guys have heard me talk about this L'Oreal Lash Paradise so many times. I actually got new ones because mine were drying out. I love the primer, but I also love the matching mascara that goes with the both of these. Like these two, they were a match made in heaven, okay? So basically, I use this to prime my lashes to make them a lot thicker. It also makes your mascara last a lot longer and conditions your lashes. All right, time to go in with the mascara. This is in Blackest Black. And this is my favorite mascara ever in the entire world. There are some mascaras out there that I really want to try, like the NARS Climax and the Monsieur Big mascara, but I'm just like so hooked onto this. It makes it really hard for me to branch out. It just makes your lashes super voluminous, and since my length is already there, that's all I really look for in a mascara. If it doesn't give me volume, I'm not about it. And look at the difference this mascara does for your eye look. I'm telling you, it all matters how you prep and prime your makeup, because your look will come out quality as long as you're prepping and priming and following the different tips and techniques to achieve that makeup look, you know? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put on some falsies. These are the Kiss Couture Twilight falsies. I actually already have it on this eye, and I just felt like with this cut crease, it kind of just called for the extra drama, you know? So I'm gonna take some Duo Lash Glue, and then I'm just gonna come from above and place it as close to my lower lash line as possible, and really lightly just like pinch my natural lashes to the fake lashes, and then just push them up just a little bit, doing that extra lift. Ooh, and we are dramatic in seconds. So I think the last thing is just the lips, right? So I'm gonna take one of my favorite lipsticks from the drugstore. This is by the brand Milani. This is in Bahama Beige. Looks just like this. Prettiest nude ever. And I'm just gonna put it on straight from the tube because it's super ultra creamy, very moisturizing. It has a nice satin finish to it. And just to give this a little bit of a more rosy tone, I know this looks scary. It's like a bright red color with a reflex in it, but this is the Infallible 8-Hour Pro Gloss. I've been wearing it the past couple of days, and it is so pretty and super long wearing. I wore it to a dance class the other day, and it stayed really nicely. This is in the shade Cherry Flash, and don't worry about it being super bright red because it's actually a very sheer color. I love the change of hue it gives that nude shade that we had going on. It actually pairs really nicely with the purple tones on the lids. So can you achieve a beautiful bomb makeup look using only affordable products? The answer is yes, you absolutely can if you follow the right steps and techniques. And I was actually thinking of doing a little drugstore series here on my channel. So maybe things like the best makeup at the drugstore for the hot summer heat, things like that. So if you want me to do that, put in the comments down below yes to drugstore and affordable makeup, and I will make that happen for you. And if you got value from this video, I would love for you to do me a little favor and share it out and tag me on Instagram. Or if you guys recreate this look, I would be so happy to see you guys recreate this look on your beautiful faces. My Instagram name is I'm Sabrina Monique. I did change it from Honestly Being just because I felt like it was more cohesive and it was easier for you as my audience to come find me on Instagram. So give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember that you are beautiful in every which way, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I'll link that down in the why can't I say that? I'll link that in the description. Why? Why is that such a tongue twister? What you call it? What is this? What is it? This is actually a new... How can I open this? What's going on here? Why did they make this childproof? Look at this little booger.
What you doing, cute boy? Seeing if we were here.
I'm almost done.
Oh, we can play the same game that we did yesterday. That you're the mommy Triceratops, I'm the kid Triceratops, and then Mitchie's the baby Triceratops.
Okay, give me a few minutes. Can I meet you downstairs?